picture inside the annotation function, if you go to pattern annotation where it looks like an A, and if you hold down the annotation function, you get some other options, which are pattern symbols. This is kind of useful for creating patterns for production. Now, when I've selected pattern symbol, there is a default. It looks like 2 concentric circles. If you click on a line on your pattern outline, it will give you 2 concentric circles. The idea with this, I've seen this used when you have to essentially attach or link 2 different pattern pieces together. It tells you where to do that. So if I had another pattern piece, like let's say I can copy and paste this one here, right? It has that same linkage. I could essentially rotate this around and I would know where these 2 pattern pieces are supposed to go together when they are being assembled. So that's one way to use that symbol. However, that's not a particularly useful symbol, at least when I'm doing pattern making, but you have more options. So with that pattern outline selected within the annotation tool, you can go up to Property Editor in your side far right. Sorry, Property Editor. Let's go there. Need to select that piece again with my annotation on. And you can see in Property Editor here, there is a line type. If you use that pull-down menu, you can see that if I selected this is the bent arrow line, it tells me where to place my pattern on the fold. And you can see it offsets that line. It's not directly on top of it, which is how you'd want your pattern to be printed or annotated with in production. You can also select this one, which is arrows at both ends. That would be a grain line indication. These pattern pieces do come with grain lines, but this is a more precise grain line if you would like it to be in a particular location and marked as such. You can also do a squiggly line like this one here, which indicates where you would gather a piece if you were giving instructions on the pattern itself to a sewist. And this is a cut line. So you can see instead of offsetting a line to create the symbol, it's placing a little tiny pair of scissors on that cut line. And this might be in a situation where you have a pattern piece that can serve 2 purposes. If you cut off a placket or something like that, it can show that as well. So this is a useful tool. You can play around with this and see what those lines and different symbols would be good for. And it might be a good way to add some value to your production patterns down the road.